Why Esther Okoronkwo should have won the CAF Women's Player of the Year by Achebulu, joining Major David for Avoncola's services. The 2025 CAF Awards generated massive controversy, massive conversations across the African football landscape, especially in the women's category. While the Moroccan star who emerged as the winner had an impressive year, many analysts, fans, and stakeholders strongly believe that Nigeria's Esther Okoronkwo was the more deserving candidate. Her performance for both club and country were outstanding, consistent, and crucial to the Super Falcons' successes over the period under review. Below is an elaborate breakdown of why Esther Okoronkwo should have won the CAF Women's Player of the Year award. 1. Superior contribution to national team success. Esther Okoronkwo's influence on the Super Falcons cannot be overstated. Throughout the year in review, she delivered when it mattered most, scoring decisive goals in crucial qualifiers and friendly matches. These were not just ordinary goals, they were match-defining moments that directly contributed to Nigeria's qualification for major tournaments. Historically, CAF places huge emphasis on national team performance, and Nigeria clearly had a more successful run than Morocco on the continental and global stages. While Morocco showed improvement, the Super Falcons remained a dominant force, consistently going forward in major competitions. Esther's impact was central to that success, making her contributions more aligned with CAF traditional criteria. 2. Performance on bigger stages. When analyzing major tournaments such as the Women's African Cup of Nations and the FIFA Women's World Cup, Nigeria stood out far more than Morocco. These competitions are usually the biggest determinants in choosing a player of the year. Esther Okoronkwo was part of the Nigerians' attack that earned worldwide respect, an attack known for its resilience, discipline, and counter-attacking brilliance. She competed and excelled on grand stages against top opponents, and her performance were crucial in elevating the Super Falcons to global recognition. CAF Awards have historically rewarded players who shone during major tournaments. In that regard, Esther clearly stood above her competitors. 3. Better goal contribution ratio. Despite not being the most heavily hyped player in the media, Esther Okoronkwo quietly delivered one of the most impressive statistical seasons by an African female footballer. She recorded more direct goal contributions, both goals and assists, compared to her Moroccan counterparts. What made her numbers even more remarkable was the consistency behind them. She did not rely on a single hot streak or a short burst of form. Week after week, month after month, she was productive for both club and country. Meanwhile, the Moroccan players' stars were heavily boosted by a local league that is less competitive and featured fewer high-pressure matches. In environments where scrutiny is high and competition is fierce, Esther thrived. 4. Stronger influence in more competitive matches. One major factor that should have weighed heavily in CAF's consideration is the strength of opposition each nominee faced. Moroccan's rise had been impressive, but many of their standout performances came with the advantage of playing at home or against less formidable teams. On the other hand, Esther Okoronkwo consistently delivered in matches against Africa's giants, South Africa, Cameroon, Ghana, and others. She thrived in the most competitive and challenging environments, proving her value when the pressure peaked. CAF typically values performances against strong opponents. Evaluated on this basis, Esther again stands superior. 5. Leadership and big moment mentality. A player of the year is not just someone who scores goals, it is someone who shows leadership under pressure. Esther embodies big moment ability. Many of her goals came when the Super Falcons were under the intense pressure and badly needed a spark. Her calmness, poise, and mental strength repeatedly lifted Nigeria at crucial moments. A true champion is defined by how they perform, when when their team need them the most. In this area, Esther Okoronkwo excelled. 6. Balanced excellence for club and country. Another factor CAF usually consider is a player's combined performance across domestic and international stages. While the nominee impressed largely within her league, Esther balanced both fronts at an elite level. She maintained top-class performance for her club while also being a consistent match winner for the Super Falcons. Excelling across all competitions is a rare trait and one Esther demonstrated throughout the year. Lastly, 7. A symbol of consistency and resilience. Awards such as these should reward overall performance across an entire calendar year, not just a few standout matches amplified by media narratives. Esther Okoronkwo represents consistency, professionalism, resilience, and steady growth. She performed at a high level from start to finish, making her the true embodiment of what a year-long award should recognize. Conclusion: while the Moroccan winner had a commendable year, the data performances and competitive content point clearly to Esther Okoronkwo as the more deserving winner of the CAF Women's Player of the Year award. She delivered more consistent performance, greater impact on bigger stages, better goal contribution, stronger performances against tougher opponents, game-changing contributions for a more successful national team. By CAF's traditional standards, national team success, decisive impact, consistency, and tournament performance, Esther Okoronkwo stands out as the rightful winner. For more sports updates, trending football news, match reviews, and detailed analysis, subscribe to our YouTube channels, Avonkola's Production and Avonkola Movies. Follow us on TikTok at Avonkola24, at Avonkola's Production, and at Avonkola Studio. I remain your host and sport presenter, Achibulu Jenimojo David, reporting for Avonkola Services. On behalf of the management team of Avonkola Services, we want to thank you for taking our time to watch this particular episode to the very end. We hope to see you in subsequent episodes. It is goodbye from us for now. Thanks at Avonkola's Production and Avonkola Movie. Copyright Avonkola's Services.